Hi, what's up? Just a daily reminder that it's never too late and you always have a choice, and that tomorrow is a new day, okay? Every day that you wake up with life and breath in your lungs is a new opportunity to choose different, to do different, okay? And listen, for example, I grew up being in survival mode. That's the truth. Grew up really, really poor and a dysfunctional and abusive home, and pretty much like all kinds of abuse if I would think about it. Anyways, I used to never do my bed because it was just not something that I was taught to do, and it was also something that I just didn't think was necessary. I used to have the perception that it wasn't necessary. And for some reason, last year, literally the end of last year, I had this like notion. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself to do something that is not only uncomfortable for me, I also don't believe that it's necessary. But yet, there's a part of me that feels it might help me in some way, and I want to see if it helps me. So I challenged myself to create a habit of making my bed every morning when I woke up, even if it wasn't perfect. And at first, it was hard. And you know how they say it takes 28 days to 30 days to create a new habit? And it's true. After that initial first month, after that, it literally, quite literally became a habit. And the reason I stuck with it was because I realized that it was actually pretty beneficial for me and my brain. Because I had this thing with OCD in the night that whenever I would get into bed, I would have to make the bed every single night before I got into bed. I would get in bed and it would just not be quite right. There was always something off about my spreads or something like that. And like the ends weren't right, they were moving too much. It wasn't, I don't know, there was always something. But the moment that I started doing my bed, at the end of every night, I would get in bed and everything would be fine. It'd feel perfect to get into bed, not having to do all this extra work because I already did it in the morning. And now it feels off not to do my bed. And it's such a weird concept for me, because maybe for other people it's like, okay, bitch, you're just doing your bed. But like, you gotta understand, being in survival mode most of your life, or like not most of your life, but in your young adult life, like that being something that really constructed the foundation of your mental being, and created that kind of aspect of yourself where certain things were not important because at that time of your life they really were not important because you were in survival mode. And so like to have that and then now shifting into living instead of surviving, but still having the awareness and the growth and the skills that I acquired doing the survival aspect of things, has me understanding things a little deeper for many reasons, not just for myself, but for many people around me. So I just want to let you know that it's never too late. That it's never too late to start over. That it's never too late to change. That it's never too late to create a new habit for yourself that is good for you. It's never too late. And I want you to know that you matter and that you have a chance every single day that you wake up to change and to do different in this life, okay? I'm not saying, I don't know, do not seek others for the answers that you know you have within yourself or in the direct connection to spirit, right? But at the end of the fucking day, I hope that all of us grow to learn to be a little bit more kind to each other, because all of us are in this human experience for the first time in this life, and there's so many things going on, and we need a little bit more compassion every day.